Are we live?
Nah,
Are we?
we actually we never start. This not even a review of anything. We just here talking about stuff. So Casey, how you doing?
I'm waiting for you. No, I'm waiting for this. For the. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I can tweet it out
We
now.
just here talking about stuff.
I,
So Casey, how you doing?
I'm alright.
I'm glad they got to hear that twice. I'm glad. I appreciate
I
it.
went to. I
Just in
went.
case they couldn't hear it the first time, that's what it was. We like to give back. If you can't hear it the first time, sometimes we play it a second time just in case. Make sure you can hear it at least once.
Yeah, is that we can play it a third time if you want.
Nah, we good. We good. I appreciate it though. I do. I appreciate it. But anyway, this is your Impact Wrestling review for 6/8/2017. This was the first show in India. Actually, the first American wrestling show broadcast from India ever. So that's pretty cool. I was excited about it. The crowd was very hyped, which was nice. Like the crowd was hyped about everything, whether they were cheering or they were booing. They were really into it, and that's what I liked about it. I like the Indian fans. It feels like we haven't seen we haven't. Has there ever really been a show in India? I'm sure there's been shows before, but it feels like there hasn't been a lot, and it feels like there kind of needs to be a little bit more. I don't know how you felt about the crowd tonight, but I loved them. They were so into everything, whether they were booing or they were cheering or they were cheering for the wrong people or booing the wrong people. It didn't matter. They was excited. I was like, bruh, this is what we need. Thoughts? Any thoughts on the crowd?
I'm trying to tweet out right now. Hold
Oh,
on.
this man can't multitask, bro. Anyway, we just gonna.
Does India have a Twitter account like the country?
Probably, but
I was just gonna tweet it out to India.
it would be a good idea. But I mean, we do get those. We sometimes get comments and messages from people from different from in another language. So it's possible that it could help. But yeah, this was that first show in India. I think they're gonna have 3 or 4 shows in India, which is pretty cool. And I definitely like the crowd. I was excited about the crowd. Rabbit will be joining us here in a little bit. Obviously, the fool on the other side is Casey. Rabbit will be joining us soon when he gets back in. I think he missed some of the show as well because he got in late. But I was excited for the show. We started off with the whole no touch clause from Bruce Pritchard between Josh Matthews and Jeremy Borash, which was interesting. What I thought was interesting, and I'm gonna bring this up now because I'll probably forget it later, is how I don't know if you saw the part where Josh Matthews was trying to provoke Jeremy Borash into hitting him. Then I was like, wait, you both get fired though? So do you really want to do it? I was a little confused on that. See, now I watched that part before I watched the very first part. So when I went back and watched the first part, I was like, oh, wait a minute, this ain't how it's supposed to be. Josh, what you doing, bro? You ain't supposed to be trying to get fired. But because usually it's if you hit him, you get fired, not both. But I don't know what Josh was thinking. Anyway, I like the video package though. Kind of, it was a little bit different, kind of giving a little bit more credit to India, showing kind of the journey to India and all the social media and how the fans are excited and how the superstars are excited to be in India and them kind of setting up the stage and everything and kind of how big this show was going to be. I like that they promoted this as the biggest thing ever, as they should, because the India I think is what number 2 for wrestling fans or something like that, about how serious they take it or whatever. So it's definitely a market that's kind of untapped. You would think a little bit, but definitely a good video package. I liked it. You got any thoughts on the video package? Or are you still freaking tweeting?
No, I'm trying to find out the India Twitter account, at India or at.
I'm not going back for anything. If you can't tweet within a minute and a half, first off, you should jump off of social media because you're terrible. Second off, bruh, it shouldn't be that difficult. Anyway, we're gonna continue.
But I didn't give my thoughts on the opening video.
I just told you. I'm not waiting on you to slow and not be able to tweet stuff. See, that's why we can't have nice things, Casey. You got any thoughts on the doggone video package?
I didn't say I didn't say I wasn't done with the thing. I didn't say because I've been done with it. I was just still, looking to see if
I'm sure the people that are actually watching would like to know our thoughts on the show, not your thoughts on attempting to tweet.
I'm not, I'm not attempting to tweet. I'm just trying to find out if India got a Twitter account, because they big, so they.
Can you not multitask? Because it's something you just can't do.
Have you met me? Like we've been a team for like 2-3 years now.
Never mind.
But yeah, I love the opening video package. I just love when wrestling companies go to like new countries or different countries and you kind of show off the culture and the social media and just how big of an impact how big it is for them to be going to this new country or to this just other country. It makes it, like you said, feel big, like it should. And just the fact that Impact is the first company to. Now this is where I'm kind of on the fence because I don't know if they're they might be with it being pre-recorded, but I think isn't it NXT or whatever went over to India? WWE in some way was going over to India, I believe. But it's definitely cool that they're the first show to kind of emanate from India, which is kind of cool. And it was just weird, like
WWE had a live event.
Yeah, it's just weird that like we've seen shows from Japan and whatever where you see just the full Japanese crowd, but we're used to seeing Japanese crowds just from like New Japan. It was weird for me to see a full Indian crowd. That was just weird. It threw me off a little bit, but I like the fans. They they were really excited and cheering for everything and
like everything. Like I think somebody stumbled down the ramp and it was like, yeah, like it was wild.
We'll get to it. I was excited. I love when Alberto came out. We'll get to it in a second, but he was just saying stuff and they're cheering, and I'm like, bro, they don't know what you're saying.
We started out with like you said, Alberto El Patron with the Global Force Wrestling Global Championship. And he was kind of just getting the crowd hype, just talking to them, getting them hype. And he kind of talks about everything that's been going on, how excited he is to be in India and all that. And he states that he wants to be the first ever undisputed Impact Wrestling champion, which I liked because it does key in that this big match coming up at Slammiversary is going to be a unification match, because I think we've all felt like it was going to be. We've all kind of inferred it from what we know, but they have never really came out and said it. So it was nice for him to say it to kind of give us an idea that it's probably going to happen. But I like this. Lashley came out because obviously you ain't gonna come out here. You ain't gonna come out here and disrespect me with this prestigious title you got when I got the better title out here. I like this though. I like Lashley's promo because it was kind of it went back to Lashley being Lashley instead of Lashley trying to be too much. Lashley just being who he is and talking about how he can beat him up anywhere. How he doesn't care about no matter where he is, he doesn't care about the fans. To me, it felt like it went back to Lashley being Lashley instead of Lashley trying a little bit too hard. So I really like this promo this week. Then Bruce Pritchard came out. Yeah, where's Rabbit when we need him so I can say Rabbit's boy? But Bruce Pritchard came out and he basically said, we're gonna have you guys want to fight. We're gonna have two title matches tonight. The Global Force Wrestling Championship will be on the line. The Impact Wrestling Championship will be on the line. But you don't know who your opponents are until they walk down the ramp like everybody else. So that'll be pretty cool. I was excited about that, definitely. And I like the reactions as well from both Lashley and El Patron. Obviously, El Patron being the face and being the fighting kind of the fighting wrestler he is and now fighting champion that he is, he's gonna say yes. But I also like Lashley because it makes sense. Why would Lashley want to back down from a challenge? Obviously, Lashley's going to be smart about his challenges, but why would he necessarily want to back down from a challenge? So I like it. Thoughts on the opening segment? I felt like I said a lot on the opening segment. It's been a while, I feel like, since I said a lot on the opening segment. Thoughts on the opening segments that we had between Lashley, Alberto El Patron, and your boy, Bruce Pritchard. Well, Rabbit's boy. I don't know if he's your boy. He might be.
Yeah, you know, Brucey Bruce. He come out, you know, Brucey Bruce. I like this opening segment. I don't think anybody in that crowd understood a word that Alberto El Patron said. Because you know, for he got a thick accent. He does. Like you can understand what he's saying, but like if you don't really pay attention, sometimes you like, what did he just say? And the fact that I'm pretty sure most of these Indian fans probably don't understand English or Spanish, bruh. But was I the only one who was kind of hoping for Alberto El Patron versus Lashley in a Punjabi prison match?
Yes, right now. right at this moment, like right now.
I was like, please do it. I don't think WWE even cares about that match anymore, so you could probably get away with it. But yeah, definitely a good opening segment. I like it.
I'm gonna go ahead and put these all in the same one because I don't remember everybody. It was all basically the same segment, just with different people. Bruh. If you can't keep up, you should probably get out the kitchen. Ain't that a real thing? Shut up. Anyway. But we had, I can't remember what they was called, the Mambe Conquistadors, the Mambe brothers.
It was the Indian Los Conquistadors.
Pretty much, that's what I thought when I saw them. But they wanted a shot at Lashley and or Alberto El Patron and or both, you know. But Bruce won't having it. I know Eli Drake and Chris Adonis wanted a shot. There was somebody else that was pretty funny. Oh, KM. KM wanted a shot. And I was like, please, like, because I felt like they were going to kind of make it normal. And I was like, please let him do are you calling me a liar? Please. And they did it. And I was so hyped. I was cracking up. I love this man so much. He's my favorite. You calling me a liar? and then like, you know, you're expecting the whole typical KM thing. He was like, okay, didn't think so. Like, I love this man so much. He's my favorite. But I like these little segments, kind of people trying to, you know, go to the GM or go to management or whatever, trying to get the, you know, I deserve the title shot. Come on, man, give me. But any thoughts on these segments that we had? I might have missed some people. I'm sure I did.
You know, I personally, I thought Edge and Christian was still, you know, in WWE. You know, I know they both retired from in-ring action, but then, you know, I seen them on Impact. I'm like, yo, they bringing back the Los Conquistadors, but they doing the Indian version. So I was excited. You know, I was excited because we all know, you know, it's Edge and Christian underneath those masks. We know it. We remember. But my favorite one was KM. You calling me a liar? Pritchard's like, no. And I'm also not calling you number one contender. And I was like, oh, bruh. He just walks away. I'm like, this man has no chill.
It was funny. Like, I'm undefeated. He's like, I'm undefeated, and I'm the number one contender. I was like, first off, you ain't undefeated. Second off, when you become the number one contender? He the best. He the best. Next we had the X Division Championship match. By the way, real quick before we get into the X Division Championship match, Low Ki versus Caleb Conley, there's a potential that there might be an Ultimate X match at the Slammiversary.
There won't. There won't.
I just saw Matt Sydal talking about it on the Impact YouTube channel, so I'm just kind of reading between the lines and hoping it happens. Featuring Matt Sydal, just you know, I mean, I'm just saying, just throw him in there, you know, it'd be good. But
they won't.
it can could happen. It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, they won't.
But anyway, we had Low Ki versus Caleb Conley. This is a good match. I like Caleb Conley when he does that crazy flurry of moves. I'm like, bruh, like you need to slow down just a little bit. You doing too much. But I like it though. I was like, bruh, this man out here doing all the moves out here. And then he hit that dive that like shattered Low Ki's eye or something. Like I was like, bruh, what's with the eye injuries out here? But I liked it though. I like the like it. There's something about blood on Low Ki that just adds to him. Like he already looked like he out of his mind crazy and he'll kill you. But like when he got blood running down his face like that, bruh, it was amazing. He ain't wipe it off or nothing. They ain't put no gloves on, nothing. They ain't no chill. They had no chill with the blood tonight. And I liked it. Except for Hornswoggle's blood, bruh. That wasn't real. They need to stop. That was a piece of marker they did down the side of his face. Anyway, we get to that. I like this though. I like the match. It was definitely a good match. I was a little surprised to why Caleb Conley was the challenger. Like I love Caleb Conley and all. But where he get a shot from? Like I mean, am I next? I was a little confused on why he got a shot at the title, but Low Ki ended up winning with the Warriors Way, basically on the apron when he was draped through the ropes on the apron. Ended up winning the match. After the match, Sanjay Dutt comes out. He speaks Hindi. I didn't know what he was saying, but the crowd was hyped, so I was hyped. And I think Josh Matthews tried to translate. I don't know if he knew who he was talking about either. And then he said a couple things in English as well. Trying to help out everybody. All the fans out there. And he set up a challenge for Low Ki. I like how he mentioned Low Ki's his eye injury from tonight. I like that. That kind of made me think was that kind of a freak accident, or what was it not? Because I was like, Sanjay Dutt on point tonight with this. But I definitely liked it though. I'm excited for their match coming up next week. It's the main event next week, so that'll be amazing. I'm excited. It should be good. I'm excited. Plus, watching Low Ki as well, going back to the blood running down his face. Watching Low Ki just stare at him as he was talking with blood running down his face, bruh, that was a moment right there. That I was like, this man right here, like Caval, nah, he would never do nothing like that. But Casey, you got any thoughts on Caleb Conley versus Low Ki, or the impending Low Ki versus Sanjay Dutt match?
Senshi, nah, he knew nothing like that. It's Low Ki. I was excited to see my boy Caleb Conley, my boy. Yeah. I'll get to the Sanjay Dutt thing in a second, but I definitely like that. Newer guys. It feels like newer guys are getting more pushes and title shots and things like that. Which a title shot isn't necessarily a push, but I feel like it could be as good as a push if you do it right. If you perform well in that title match, even though we knew Caleb Conley probably wasn't going to win the title. I think he put on a really good match, so that could definitely, set him up for future title shots.
And two, I think another thing it does, like this kind of goes back to the cruiserweight division, and I guess every division in WWE, where like it brings more people up to a place where it's like they can contend for the title.
Yeah,
which is something we don't get a lot.
Yeah. I still don't understand how the hell you wrestle in a suit. I don't get it. I still don't.
You see him adjust the time in match though.
And I love Low Ki, but there was a part where he did some terrible selling on the punches in the corner on Caleb Conley, where you could, and it was partially just bad camera angles and bad camera position, but you could see him clearly just hitting the turnbuckle. I was like, bruh, if you gonna keep the illusion up that you're punching the man, don't let me see you just clearly hitting the turnbuckle, bruh. But the finishing Warriors Way was awesome. Even though Low Ki kind of got caught up on the top rope there and almost lost it, I was like, bruh. I'm definitely excited for Sanjay Dutt versus Low Ki for the X Division title. I like that Sanjay Dutt was speaking Hindi. At the end there, I think he forgot that he was actually talking to Low Ki still, because he was just in Hindi, and I'm like, I don't know if he knows what you're saying, unless you're trying to be a heel. Bruh, you need to speak the English more so he understands what you're saying, because you could be threatening him. He don't understand, so he not gonna take the threat. So you ain't gonna get the match and all that. I'm just saying. I'm just communication. Communication is the word of the day. That's an inside joke that DJ will get. But yeah, definitely excited for that match coming up. Finally, Sanjay Dutt, apparently his eye, it's good. He's still got the eye patch on though. Like,
I hope he wears it to next week and then just rips it off.
I hope he wears it the whole match.
He just wears it the rest of his career. Like in basketball when like players will break their nose and they wear the mask for like the rest of their life.
Yeah.
It'd be like that. But next we had the video package with Swoggle, the boy Swoggle. I love how Swoggle just started off with, he pulled my pants down. Like I was like, I'm done with this man. Like, because obviously we've been seeing Spud, end his stuff with, I didn't mean to pull his pants down, and then now Swoggle's like, he pulled my pants down. like I
pants down. I was like,
can he say that? Well, I guess he can say that. But I like this video package. It kind of kept the feud in your mind. You didn't know if they were going to be here tonight or not. So that was pretty cool. The blood though, bro, the blood from the attack last time, it didn't look like maybe it was the black and white or something. Maybe it was just because it was like just a little streak that looked like marker going down the side of his face or something. Like it didn't look like blood to me. It looked like he like had like war paint on and he struggled trying to paint it on or something. Like it, bro. You got any thoughts on the Swoggle video package? Because I mean, he meant to pull his pants down. I'm telling you.
This might be the best feud in Impact right now.
This is the best feud in this world. Like, let's be honest.
This is the best feud in wrestling, period, ever. Like, nothing has ever been better than this, and nothing ever will. So, after
the one thing I forgot, freaking, he said something about you try to wear these suits to make you look like you're not 45. Spud is not 45.
I was like, bruh, not. No.
I was like, Spud don't even look 45.
I'm like, he might be in his 30s, but bruh, come on now. Go. Now I gotta look now. See, I'm curious.
He's 33, I think. I looked it up, but I forgot. But I know it wasn't 45. I think it was 33.
He's 34. He's 34. But come on, man. Bruh, come on now. Now I gotta see. Hold up. We gotta find out that Swoggle, how old this man is. How old are you? How old are you, Swoggle? Let's see. Oh, he's 31, so they not even that different. Come on now. Swoggle. Come on, bruh.
Next, we had Davey Richards. I don't remember what this man's name was. All I remember was Kumar. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I was thinking Harold and Kumar? Is it bad?
I wrote something about that in my notes.
Is it bad? That's the first thing I thought of. Like Harold and Kumar go to White Castle or nah? But this is a pretty good match. I like that Kumar kind of got some offense in though. I was like, okay. He tried too many dives though. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for the dive game. Davey Richards made sure he took advantage. And he did. David Richards did take advantage and ended up winning this match pretty easily. After the match, EC3 comes out with what I thought was a roll of tape, what Jeremy Borash thought was a roll of tape, and it won't a roll of tape. It was a belt. And he whipped Mr. Kumar. He did. He whipped him, and then James Storm came out. He ran him away. So I guess we still got the James Storm EC3 thing going on, which I still don't understand why they didn't have James Storm interfere in the title match last week. If they're just gonna keep going with this feud, it would be a little bit different if they weren't gonna keep going with it. But if they're gonna keep going with the feud, well, EC3 cost you the title. Why are you not costing him the title and his shot even more? Like, that's the only thing I still didn't understand about this. Like, why? But Casey, any thoughts on Harold and Kumar? I mean, Kumar versus Davey Richards, and then we had the aftermath of this match.
I'm just saying, Kumar, he should have just skipped this match and went to White Castle with Harold. He would have had a better night,
But they didn't have. It was a struggle to get to White Castle, though.
I mean, I'd rather go through that struggle than go through what he had to go through with Davey Richards. I'm just saying, like, bruh. At least Neil Patrick Harris was there too. I'm just saying. But this Pope guy, not only did he get destroyed by Davey Richards, but after the match, EC3 comes out and whips him with a belt. I'm like, bruh. And then, James Storm, he's the real heel in all this, coming out way after this man already been whipped. Like, bruh, coming out like you trying to help this man. You should have come out way before that, before he was with this, bruh. But yeah, Kumar, the fans were rooting for you, so they don't know what to root for though, but like that's a positive. I'm just
next we had the Hall of Fame video package. I definitely like this. I like it kind of building up the prestige of the Hall of Fame, like having the Impact stars talk about, what the Hall of Fame means and everything. Real quick, I heard a report of who it may be. If you don't want to hear it, close your ears. Close them right now. Put your fingers in your ears and go la 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 la. Do it. The report is that it's possibly James Storm. So that'll be cool because that'll be the first Impact original to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Even though he's still going, I don't know if that means he's set to retire sometime soon or not. But apparently it's supposed to be James Storm. Okay. Other people.
It's gonna be Curry, man. Yes, right. It's gonna be Curry.
Y'all can unplug the ears now. Y'all can stop the la 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 la.
The Shark Boy.
I agree. I agree. But definitely a good video package. I liked it. Thoughts on the video package?
It was a package of videos.
And the potential spoiler I just gave.
Yeah.
Cousin. La la. Got him.
Yeah, the spoiler was it was Shark Boy. Yeah. So yeah, it was a video with the packages.
Would you say it was a package of videos?
I would say that it was a gift box of video footage.
Okay. Next we had Rockstar Spud. He was running away from something, and it was a Swoggle. They didn't touch each other. They might have spit on each other once or something, but like they didn't really touch each other or nothing. I still don't understand why Rockstar Spud's the heel. He didn't even start it. Like he was the one that was struggling in the wheelchair. How is Rockstar Spud the heel? I don't understand. He was the heel last week, and now he's the heel now. I don't get it. Then we got a video package on Mahabali Share, which I like because I like to dance. I like the fun. I like to fight. I liked it though. It kind of showed his family and all that. Showed his family, him kind of hanging out in India, kind of being excited to be back in India. He is one of the few Indian wrestlers in like mainstream. So he's my boy. I like him. I'm excited. It looks like his hair's gotten longer a little bit. Just saying, he about to have a man bun out there. But Casey, thoughts on the Mahali Share video package and Swaggle and Rockstar Spud?
See, what I don't understand about the Swaggle Rockstar Spud thing is we never understood why Swaggle was out there to begin with messing with Spud. Like, that's how this started. Why? Like, bro, they got previous history that we don't know about. They got beef that we don't know about from before. Like, I'm just confused. But I like the feud. I do. I like it. And I liked the segment that they had in the crowd. I like what they were trying to go for. It was just terribly executed, and they didn't touch each other or do anything. And it was like, okay, bruh, like y'all could have slapped each other or something like that. Like,
I don't think they even spit on each other.
I like how the ref was trying to act like he was keeping them apart, and they weren't even close enough to touch each other. I'm like,
it was the breath. They was like breathing on each other a little bit, and I think that's what it was. I think that's what they was trying to do. They was trying to get the I tried. I did. Swaggle, Spud. I did. I tried. I made an attempt. I did.
Yeah. And Mahabali, my boy Mahabali with the I still couldn't take him seriously, but I liked it.
All right. We had the Joseph Park coming to I guess Impact headquarter management, whatever, to see Jeremy Borash. This man pulled the man out of production meeting. Bruh, he trying to produce a show out here. Come on now. Trying to get him to do his little workout thing. And I'll go ahead and talk about the second one too, which I liked a lot. Joseph Park be cracking me up. Like why he's so good at this character? He be cracking me up with just like the little stuff he do. Like he was promoting Slammiversary, I was freaking cracking up. And then who was it? Was it Stifler that was in the production meeting just shaking his head? I'm done. I'm so done. But I like the second one too, where they were actually doing the workout and looked like Jeremy Borash was in better shape than Joseph Park was, and then Jeremy Borash fell off the treadmill. I was like, bruh. But I definitely liked it though. I like him talking about the gladiators or whatever. Oh my goodness, bro, Joseph Park, the goat, man. Joseph Park, the goat. Any thoughts on the Joseph Park Jeremy Borash thing? Only thing I didn't like, the one thing I didn't like, is there was no consistency from last week. First, Jeremy Borash was like mad at him about the match, and now he was just like, "Yeah, let's go work out. Yeah, do it. Yeah." Casey, thoughts?
I love Joseph Park. I do. My favorite part was when he's trying to find JB, and he talks to the receptionist, and he's like, "Make sure you tune in to Slammiversary." For a second, I'm like, it was so good. I love Joseph Park.
Next, we had the Impact World Championship match, which I think should have been the main event. Personally, it just should have, and it was the better match as well. But anyway, we had Lashley going up against Moose. This is a good match. I like that Moose came out. I like that Moose came out with the Grand Championship, because sometimes they don't come out with their championships, and I'd be like, bruh, where your championship at though? But I like this, and I was excited for this match because we are freaking still looking forward to this feud, like still to this day, waiting patiently for this feud to happen. And it still hasn't like really happened yet. Like we've seen glimpses of it, but it hasn't really happened yet. It was kind of that power struggle early on, but Lashley would end up kind of taking advantage on the outside. Then Moose would end up obviously fighting back, but Lashley would prevail, which I'm not necessarily surprised about. But this was definitely a good match, though. Much better match than the main event to me, in my opinion. I just thought it was better. The one thing I didn't like, and it was just it was probably more so a placement thing, is I'm fine with them promoting Slammiversary, but they have Alberto El Patron versus Lashley like as the first thing. And I'm kind of like, but we supposed to be like suspending our disbelief, saying, it might be Moose versus Chris Adonis or something. I'm just saying. But that's the only thing I didn't like. It was kind of a placement thing. It was kind of weird. But Casey, any thoughts on the Impact World Championship match?
Yeah. I mean, I like the match. I did, and I know we wanted Lashley versus Moose for the title, but I didn't necessarily want it like this. I want that, like you said, I want that feud and a build up to a big title match at a pay-per-view or something. I don't want just randomly, let's throw them together for a title match that we know Moose isn't going to win.
Well, they only did this because so they could put Chris Adonis in the other one, and then obviously, then we saw what happened.
Right. But yeah, definitely a really good match. I liked it. It kept me interested, which I can't always say Lashley matches do, except when he going up against the Boogeyman. That's always a 5-star match right there. I'm just saying. Greatest video on YouTube of all time. Go check it out. It's amazing. So good. Yeah.
All right. Moving on, we had, I think it was Laurel Van Ness versus Rosemary. This, I was excited for what?
Are you missing the LAX segment?
You were probably gonna say, I don't really like this LAX in the little thing they in and stuff.
But they was in India, so it's different.
What?
But they was in India, so it's a different thing.
It's not, but I did like that they kind of presented the titles to them. That's pretty cool. Them kind of looking at their reflections in it. It's like, okay, I like that. You got any thoughts on it?
I was confused, cause like, bruh, did Conan like take the titles away from them after the match, only to give them back during this segment? I was like, bruh, it just confused me, and I was like, what, huh? But yeah, I like that they dual champions. I don't know how they gonna do the combining the titles that way. That don't work.
They won't.
But yeah, and then we got the match that you was talking about. Yeah.
Okay. We did. You right. We had Rosemary versus Laurel. Oh, actually, we had a video package. Since we not skipping stuff, we had the video package with Spud making his way to India. I like this. I just didn't think it made sense to Spud just because Spud's supposed to be like half crippled or something. You got any thoughts on that? Yeah.
I liked it because it was a little. It felt like it was more. It wasn't really kayfabe, it wasn't really kayfabe. It was kind of like the opening video package where they were showing like the social media like pictures and stuff. This felt like just a video that he posted on his Instagram or whatever, where they wasn't helping him try to find an exit. Oh man, he was lost in the airport. He probably never got out. I mean, except for he did finally get out because he had the arena, but
I also love the ring announcer tonight. I like that they changed it, just kind of special occasion type thing. But I love that the ring announcer he just kept going. Like if somebody got attacked, like if he got attacked himself, he'd still be saying it. Like I was like, this man the GOAT out here. He don't stop for nothing. He'll stop for nothing. If somebody came and attacked him, he'd be like, Lashley, like as he's falling down. Like this man didn't stop for nothing. I was like, this man the GOAT.
He did that after the main event, and I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, because there was a couple of attacks after the matches tonight, and he was just going. He cared. He was like, nope, I ain't stopping. I ain't doing it. I'll get my words out. It's my time to shine, baby. We had Rosemary versus Laurel Van Ness. I like this match as far as like what it symbolized for like their characters because they're like kind of similar now. It just wasn't long enough for me. That was my biggest issue. Like it felt like Rosemary just kind of dominated this match, and I was kind of upset about it. After the match, Rosemary gets attacked by Sienna and Laurel, and Allie comes out to help with I don't know what the heck she had. She had some sort of foreign object that she made herself. It looks like, um, and I love and this is kind of like the consistency we talk about with Allie's character. She hits him once and then goes to check on Rosemary. I was like, yes. I was like, that ain't enough, but look at Allie. Look at her. She goes to help Rosemary, and then obviously she gets attacked, and Rosemary runs them off. Um, but I like this though. It was, I thought the match was pretty good. I just felt like it wasn't long enough. There was not enough. Like we didn't get to see enough between these two. But Casey, thoughts on Rosemary versus Laurel?
Yeah, I was, Laurel Van Dam, or Laurel Van Dam,
Yeah,
on and now.
that one.
I like that they had this match. I like these two. Like you said though, it was way too short. Like, what's the point of having this match if it's going to be this short? But I love Allie coming out with that weapon that kind of looked like one of those, when you go to like a theme park or whatever, and you get like your picture drawn up, and then they put it in that like cardboard tube. It looked like that. It looked like that, but they sold it really well for like a minute, and then they got back up and beat her up, and I'm like, bruh. But I feel like they're trying to build Allie more as she's coming out of her shell and kind of, I'm a wrestler now and I can wrestle, and my boyfriend's a douche because he charges people $5 to
I don't
pick.
think she says that. I don't think she says that at all.
She does. She said that. That's gonna be her next T-shirt. It's gonna say it on it.
I'm still trying to figure out how they keep Laurel's dress contained. Like no one wrestles in a dress. like I've always wondered that. Like I was watching this whole match and I'm like, how? How does that? How does she do this?
I want to know how she doesn't hurt herself on her entrances, because like she falls into the ring, she like her ankle bending the wrong way when she on the apron. I'm like, how do you not like kill yourself? Like,
I do love her little scream out of the corner though. Yeah, she just goes. she cracks me up. I love Laurel. Laurel's terrific, and her Instagram is not bad.
Oh, you want to check that out? You want to check that out?
I just passed the KM segment. You calling me a liar? So much. Next, I think we had the main event of the evening, which was Alberto El Patron going up against who's going to Chris Adonis. I almost forgot already. For some reason, I was just not as excited about this match as I was the Pryor Moose Lashley match. I don't know if it was just Chris Adonis or what. Like I think I would have rather seen Eli Drake. I'm just saying, but it was still a pretty good match. It just wasn't. I just didn't think it was as good as I expected it to be. I don't know. I don't know what it was. It also felt like I don't know if it was short, but something felt off about it. I don't know what it was, but something to me felt off about it, and I don't know what it really was, in my opinion. But obviously, Alberto El Patron wins the match. After the match, Eli Drake comes in and attacks him. He and Chris Adonis kind of gang up on him. Lashley comes out, kind of just stands at the ramp, which I liked. I like Lashley just kind of standing at the ramp, kind of, I'm gonna let him do what he does. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and kind of watch instead of getting involved. Then Moose comes out to help, and we have kind of a stare down between El Patron and Lashley, and Moose and Lashley, and Moose and Adonis and all of that. So I like that. It was a good way of ending the show, I guess you could say. But Casey, thoughts on Alberto El Patron versus Chris Adonis for the Global Force Wrestling Global Championship? Oh, that's a lot to say.
It is the GFW Championship.
They say global. They say.
Okay, it's the GFW Global Championship. You don't got to say the Global Force wrestling.
Oh, because it doesn't make any freaking sense. Is that why? Because like, I mean, that's what GFW means, correct?
Yeah, but remember when WWE used to mean World Wrestling Entertainment, and now it doesn't? It just WWE. But I would, I like Chris Adonis. I do. This just was confusing as to why he was chosen over Eli Drake. I like, not that he's not, championship material. I just feel like he hasn't been pushed or built enough for us to care about him going for a big title in Impact yet, or Global Force, whatever. So I was like, why not Eli Drake? I don't understand. And they didn't explain it, and I'm like, oh, okay. But I was confused, and I was wondering, what did those M's on Chris Adonis's boot stand for? I wonder what supposed to possibly stand for. His name was M's.
They have the same boots. Like he been Chris M's for a long time.
I was like, bruh. But I don't know. I feel like they could have given El Patron a better opponent for this. Again, not that Chris is bad. It's just he hasn't been built up enough for us to care.
I mean, he was hurt, but like half his time he been there.
Yeah. But this ring announcer, he ain't give up. He be taking that John Cena school of announcing, never give up. Every other announcer I've ever heard, if there's an attack, they stop.
They stop and run away. Like, nope, he's still in the middle of the ring, giving it.
Bruh. But yeah, obviously we knew Alberto was gonna retain, and yeah, no surprises at all. None. Not one. Not a little one. Not a big one. Not a medium-sized one. Not another size.
I thought of the big dude and the medium-sized dude, the big man and the medium-sized man. That's what I thought of when you said
that. Yeah. Yeah, they should have switched those matches though, because this one, nah, bro, nah.
First, I was like Chris Adonis. I'm like, bro, I like Chris Adonis, but I was like, I don't care about him that much now. But that was your Impact Wrestling review. I'm surprised Rabbit didn't ever show up. He'll probably show up as soon as we finish, like as soon as we cut the broadcast off. Watch. But
he's gonna come in right now.
Definitely, and a pretty interesting show. It was definitely like stacked with a lot of like matches that you would have probably thought would have been really good. Some of them kind of were underwhelming just because they were too short or whatever the heck happened with the last match. But still a pretty good show. I'm excited for next week, definitely with the X Division Championship match. Sanjay gonna finally do it, baby. He gonna finally do it. And by do it, I mean gonna take the eye patch off. Finally, he gonna do it. But we'll see you guys next week for the Impact Wrestling review. Also, check out my review on dailyddt.com. I'm the only one that writes Impact Wrestling reviews because no one likes to write them because they dumb, because they don't watch the show and they dumb. Anyway, but we'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for us. Follow us at ICW_podcast. Talk to us about everything wrestling tomorrow. I guess later today. Casey got that joke. Later today, we will have the Friday Night Fight app review at some point in time. So once we figure out what we're reviewing, we will review it. We'll watch it and then we'll review it. But come back for that as well. We will see you guys next time. Plus, Alberto didn't even take his shirt off. The man didn't even take. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. This was your Impact Wrestling review on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast.